Good to see you guys again today. Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to talk a little bit about financial planning, having a plan, and structuring a good base for your plan. And if you currently have a plan, it's always good to revise that plan because things change in life and you may have, new opportunities, or there might be a better way to structure your current plan that is going to help you save more in retirement, save more in your current position, and make more money for your investments in the future. So without further ado, welcome back.
Thank you. Good to see you, Mark.
Good to be here. Let's talk about financial planning. And you've been doing this for more than 40 years. So tell me, what is, a starting point when you have a single person or a family or some customer, client, or potential client come to you and they just say, I don't have a plan, make me a plan. What is your process, or what are your steps there to start out, I guess?
Okay, well, I don't have a plan, make me a plan. Okay.
Yeah.
First, I'm going to ask a bunch of questions, right? Try to understand what's important to that person, what their goals are, what they want to accomplish. That's the number one thing. Before we get into all this, I want to say something I think is kind of important.
Correct.
Right?
Okay, right.
Financial planning is excellent. It's very important. It's vital. Plans always change.
Yes.
There's going to be stuff in life that happens that will throw it all out of whack.
Yep.
Okay. And so you can make all these plans, everything else, be aware it's going to change.
That's awesome.
Okay. And nothing you can do about it. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault. Yeah. Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Right.
I mean, that's life.
That's right. And, financially, you will get punched in the face a couple times in life. It will happen.
Okay.
Okay. So just be aware of that.
So would that mean to have backup plans or plan B, or just
be flexible
with your plan?
And, well, I always like to say this. Okay. There's all these guarantees out there, right? Supposed guarantees.
Yeah.
Truthfully, there is no government, no bank, no insurance company that can totally give you a 100% guarantee, because they can't control all the factors.
Correct.
All right. And so, yes, we rely on guarantees, and we should, because they're important, they function, and truthfully, for the most part, they work really, really well. Okay. But there's always stuff that could happen that can throw that completely out the window.
So death and taxes are the only guarantees, or
death and taxes? Death is a guarantee.
Death is a guarantee. Yep.
Taxes pretty much guaranteed.
Pretty much a guarantee, and there's going to be fluctuation up there.
Yeah, but everything else is pretty much
it's coin to us.
It's changeable. So that doesn't mean you shouldn't have a plan. You should have a plan.
Okay.
Okay, because most of the time stuff works out pretty well.
Pretty good, yeah.
But don't put all of your 100% expectation, faith. Oh, it's going to be perfect because I have a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not.
That's great.
Okay.
That's wisdom right there.
Yeah, that's experience.
That's experience. That's awesome.
And I sometimes wonder, because I see the financial advisors putting together these plans with 99%, security is going to happen, or 100%. No, that's not true.
Yeah.
Don't rely on that too much. It's comforting, but stuff can happen.
Okay.
Okay. What's out of our control. Okay. Totally out of our control.
Yeah.
And so, not to say you don't plan. Of course you do. Absolutely you do. But don't ever have your expectation this is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah. So if someone comes to me, I got no plan, help me get planned. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, ask some questions. What are the goals? Typically the goals are pretty similar. We want to have financial security. We want to be able to retire at some point. Retirement's a huge thing. Lots of people really rely on the retirement. I think that's wonderful. It works for the most part, but again, it's like any other plan.
Yeah.
Stuff can change. Okay. So first of all, with a plan, you got to have a base, right? It's got to be built on a solid foundation. The foundation begins with you and your spouse or your partner to discuss what you want to accomplish.
You got to be on the same page.
You got to be on the same page. And you should write some things down as you have a discussion. Write down what your thoughts are, what your goals are.
Yeah.
Okay. And start from there.
I really like that. This is very overlooked, I think, because sometimes I know what I want to do, or some, husband or wife or whatever in a partnership has their ideas or their way with money, and the other one might be a big spender and one's a big saver. They're sometimes a mismatch. So just being on the same page I like that, is like your base foundation is get on the same page.
Yeah, it's very important, because you can make all the plans in the world. If your partner or spouse has different plans,
Yeah.
that's one of those things that could happen.
Okay. Yep. That's really good.
Okay. So, and be honest with each other. Don't make any guesses on that. So same page, same ideas, work together. Then you got to establish the basics, right? So that's base savings. So money that's cash available to be used. Ideally, you want 6 months to a year of just cash savings that you could live on.
Yeah.
Okay. Pay your basics. All right.
And this is not like an open credit card that I could just, if
No. This is cash,
actual
actual money that you've got.
guys better be listening here. This is the real deal,
Yeah. Not credit.
not credit.
Credit is not cash.
It is not guaranteed either, because if the financial crises happen, a credit company can always slash the amount of.
Credit dries up just like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they say, I need that money back now.
I'll be back now. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That makes it worse.
Yeah.
Okay. Cash. And along with that, some basic insurances. You want your basic life insurance, a reasonable amount. You want some disability insurance. You want medical insurance or health insurance.
Yeah.
Those things are basics that you've got to have in place.
Absolutely foundational. Yeah.
And the other thing I'd say is foundational is some type of plan on disposition of assets if something happens to you and or your spouse.
So like a will or a trust or
Trust, some kind of documentation that allows the person coming behind you to solve and sort through things.
that's great.
One thing my sons insisted, we did put everything on one page, all the accounts, everything's so that at least he knows where to go.
That's smart.
Not the passwords, but
Yeah.
the information.
We can hack those. You probably got them saved somewhere anyways. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. So, having basic documents is super important because we live in a legal world ruled by law. And if you don't have your documents in order, it creates huge snafus. So just to give you an example, if a person dies, even with a will, just a will showing I want my money go here, there, whatever, that's still subject to probate. Okay. Probate is super slow.
Yeah.
It can take a year or two
Yeah.
to get access to money through probate.
You need that money right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so that's now life insurance, annuities, that's different. You can name a beneficiary, no probate.
No probate.
So it goes directly to the beneficiary. Okay. If you have a trust, if you owe stuff in a trust, then that trust avoids probate.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are important things.
Explain probate. There might be some.
Yeah. Probate means that you have to go to court before a judge. You have to get an attorney, go before a judge. The judge has to release funds in essence. Okay. Or decide that, this is where the money's going to go.
This could be because of this family dispute or
Family disputes,
price disputes.
all kinds of disputes,
Yes.
all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I mean, houses get caught up in probate. They sit empty for years. Assets get caught up in probate, can't access them. Could be kids that need money. And now the judge will probably release some funds for something like that. But nevertheless, the full access is not available.
Yeah.
And I mean, here in South Florida, probate may take easily a year.
Yeah.
Okay, easily. And to avoid probate, you have named beneficiaries. And so even on bank accounts, sometimes you can name beneficiaries.
Yes.
And then life insurance, you can name beneficiaries. Annuities, you can name beneficiaries. Your 401k, you can name beneficiaries. Okay. But other things like cars, like houses, other
My
assets,
coin collection.
coin collection.
Yeah. Or,
Yeah.
if you have metals that precious metals that you have, that's.
Yep. So those are all things that, you need to pay attention to. Okay. So got your base, you got your savings, your legal documents, insurances.
And being on the same page with your plan,
Right.
within the same realm of thought.
And truthfully, the base foundation is be on the same page with your partner.
Yeah.
Okay. Next step, have some savings. Okay. I say the next step after that is manage credit. Credit is very valuable.
Yes.
If you have a good credit score, everything's easier.
Way easier.
Okay.
You go anywhere, you're approved for anything.
Right.
You have potentially zero interest on things.
Right. You pay it off every month.
Yeah, that's a complete game changer as opposed to paying 29% on, you go get something on sale, but now you're paying your card every month.
It's not on sale.
No, you paid 3 times as much for that as the original.
Right. So a lot of people, I'm shocked at the number of people that don't view credit as an asset.
It's a tool. Absolutely, yeah. And I think there's a big one with the wealthiest use credit so well. Obviously, the people that don't use it correctly see it as get whatever I want now.
Right.
instead of
burden later, or get out of it somehow, and throw the burden on somebody else. But that's just it's not a good way to live.
yeah. So let's elaborate just a little bit more on what are your thoughts of how to use credit as an asset more. Or how can that be applicable to some of our viewers?
Well, credit card interest rate, of course, but you want to try to pay off the credit cards monthly if you can. Keep those balances as small as possible. And if you get out of hand, then focus on getting those things paid down.
Yeah.
Okay. I know it's tough sometimes. Okay. And sometimes things are out of control. Okay. Credit as an asset. I mean, if you want to buy a house, good credit is amazing.
Yeah.
You're going to pay a lot less.
Way less.
Okay. If you want to buy a car and you want to buy it on credit, as opposed to paying 10% interest, you're going to pay 2 or 3% interest.
Yeah.
Big difference. Okay. So those are all huge expenses in interest costs that people with poor credit have to pay as opposed to people with good credit.
Yeah. I mean, and then some of those cards have really good benefits. I know, like, they give you points and guarantees or travel and
So, manage credit. It's an asset. Don't abuse it. And then beyond that, so then you got to start your investing and, looking towards, future opportunities. So investing, of course, you're going to use your.
Just to finish that last tier. So just to finish that last tier would be kind of getting out of your debt area. So you want to eliminate as much debt as possible. So you're not paying those monthly, interest costs, and then using credit to be an advantage to your.
Right. So if I was talking to somebody that had a credit problem, most financial advisors don't even deal with that, of course, at all, because they're dealing with people with money, don't have that problem. But we're talking about just regular folks that, we want to manage that credit. We want to get that under control.
Even business owners. I think a lot of business owners will take out business loans and, or our general contractors we work with, they have their money locked up in the next project at all times. And so it's, and that's why the base foundation is that, below that's the insurance, and it happens to you're taken care of, your business is taken care of, you can have your business as a beneficiary for the insurance, and then try to get out of that debt as much as possible, as quick as you can, save on those interests.
Well, yeah, if you're a business owner, debt or credit is super important because you have inventory, all that kind of stuff. If your credit's good, your costs are going to be lower than those that have poor credit.
That's good. Increase your margins there.
Yeah. That's right. Next step, I guess, retirement savings, if you want to call it that.
Some type of an investment vehicles, right?
Right.
Like what?
So many things you can do now, right? You can. What are some things that you might suggest people do?
Oh man, honestly, there's so many options. Personally, I have a pretty massive coin collection. It's a very nice coin collection. I also invest in precious metals. That's something. I've also been a big investor in crypto since 2013. So crypto's a big thing for me. That's not for everybody. That's definitely not for everybody.
Right.
And at the same time, not all of your eggs need to be in any basket. So I don't just put it all into, Morgan silver dollars or, whatever. Because that's, this last week, silver prices went down 25% overnight. It was a shock to the market. And right now we're seeing a crypto crash right now with the, crypto markets taking a step back. And so, when you lose in that, you want to have, keep your liquidity. You want to have, investments in something else that's still doing good. So your qualified accounts, a LERP, is definitely something you want. A life insurance retirement plan. That's incredible tax advantages there. We talked about that in 2 episodes. You can check those out in this link right here, or maybe right here. And then besides that, other assets could include your business. Properties is a good one. Having a couple of properties is always something that's generally going to go up. Just having kind of that diversification, I think, is super important.
Yeah, I think that is important. And if you're going to invest in things that have a lot of volatility, don't think that's going to be your money.
Yeah,
Because,
I like that.
in other words, when bad stuff happens, almost all those things are down.
It is. Yeah, that's
Okay. When you really need that cash, almost all those are down.
go down. Yeah.
And then you're taking money out of places that you've lost money in.
Yeah.
And that's you're increasing your losses because you can't let it ride and keep going. Okay. So that's really important.
One thing I would say, I guess my personal view is, if you're really stressed about any investment, you're probably over allocated in that investment.
Yeah.
If you're getting stressed out because Bitcoin just went down, you probably need to have more other investments so that it's okay, because you know that the life cycle of Bitcoin or whatever, it's eventually going to go back up, and I'm not living off of that right now.
Right.
And if I was at retirement age, I don't know if I'd be super allocated into something so risky, you know?
Yeah, that's very long term. And
Yeah.
the funny thing about those assets is people get into them and they never get out of them
Yeah.
till they die. So they have to get any use out of it, you know?
I'm never selling my Bitcoin.
Well, I mean,
That's the thought process. Yeah. Buy and hold forever. Yeah.
there's lots of assets like that. Annuities, for example, 85% of annuities don't ever get used.
Dang.
You know?
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know. It's there,
Yeah.
but they don't want to use them for whatever reason.
I think I'll live until 120.
Yeah, they they just, so they never use them, but that's very common. I mean, so a reasonable allocation in your retirement plan or just in your brokerage account, or if you can get the life insurance retirement plan, which is, if you use the right product, is low risk, but nice growth.
And one other thing I want to also mention with investments is it's very, very, very important to invest in yourself. Invest in your education, your mental health, invest in your actual health, invest in your relationships. And that's a very, very overlooked investment. And it needs to be part of, it helps your financials if you are healthy and you're going to live longer, and you can qualify for life insurance, and you can qualify for disability insurance and all that stuff. Because, you know, if you're running a business, it takes a lot, and you kind of run your health into the ground unless you have a plan
Yeah.
that's part of your investment in yourself.
Yeah.
So a little 2 cents on that.
The most successful investors I've seen over the years are people that, a lot of real estate investors, okay? They'll get lots of rental property. That's all work, though. Never forget, that's work. Okay, there's a lot of work involved. People that have businesses, those are really good investments. You know, those are the things I've seen with really wealthy people. It's either they've inherited the money, they've made it in real estate, they've maybe been a corporate executive and had, you know, big bonuses and so forth like that.
Or doctors or
Yeah, but I'm talking about really wealthy people, okay? They've been investing in real estate or other businesses, okay? Not many people become wealthy from their jobs.
Mm.
Okay, very few.
Yeah.
Okay, a few high-earning CEOs and, you know, C-suite folks and get big bonuses. They can get a lot of money from that, but the majority of people, you know, make it through other types of investing. And some people do make it in the stock market as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Or the other thing used to be the multi-level marketing folks. Some of those folks really made lots of money.
That was big. Yeah. I mean, probably still big for some.
So for some folks, yeah. I mean, some people made a lot of money in that. Okay. A tiny minority. Okay.
Yeah. If you're at the top of the, yeah.
I guess what I'd say also, you know, retirement's wonderful. Don't focus too much on that. Think of how you're going to live your life, what you want to do with your life. Okay. And hopefully you have desires and things to do other than retire, which is almost like I'm dying.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you got to have other things to do.
I've lost all relevance and any goals and aspirations in my life. Yeah.
That's not a healthy place to be.
That's wisdom right there. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, that's good.
But plan for it.
Yeah.
Plan for it. But don't go in there with the idea that I'm just going to kick back and do nothing.
Yeah.
You won't be happy.
Super bored. It's fun for like a month and you're like,
Exactly. For just, you know, 2 or 3 months, it's fun. Yeah. And then like, well,
I should probably do something. I'm getting sloppy.
yeah. That's not healthy. I mean, so many people, you know, work in the public sector or whatever, and they get these big pensions, and then they retire, and then they die in a few years. You know, they just are not
Nothing to do.
nothing to do, you know, or the health takes over. So your investment in health is super important, has a huge impact on how we live our lives. So beyond that,
Investment and then
investment, you know, just make a plan. Don't expect the plan to work out exactly right.
yeah.
But make a plan, because if you don't, without planning, nothing happens anyways. You don't get anywhere.
I like that. And now tell me, what's your take and thoughts, and what have you seen in the most wealthiest people that you've ever met? What is their take on charitable donation?
Okay.
And not just money, but also their time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, never mind wealthy people. Everybody should allocate some of their resources, some of their time to benefit others without any expectation of return. It's super healthy.
Yeah.
It's super good. and it demonstrates respect for God and for your fellow man. So that doesn't matter how wealthy you are. Everybody should do that, because when God looks down on that, he doesn't care how wealthy you are.
The widow's mite.
The widow's mite,
Yep.
which is more valuable to God because what it represented was, real sacrifice and consecration.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And it should be done without any kind of expectation of return,
Yeah.
even social return or peer return, social return. It should be done without that. Otherwise, it's not as healthy as it otherwise could be. So, and wealthy people, sure, and wealthy people have the opportunity through charitable donations or charitable acts to have huge impact, okay, on the lives of others.
But if you really think about the amount of people that are not wealthy, if they're just doing something, that's even more of an impact, because it's more of hands helping out.
Right. It is more of impact. That's right. But I mean, wealthy people have it.
Well, it brings out more financial, like they can give more, probably have more time and stuff. So yeah, that's.
And true, it's more impactful too.
Yeah.
It's like government money is not that impactful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's huge amounts of money for small impact.
Yeah.
Okay. But individual, that's hands-on. It's more, it's closer to the person giving, and has more impact. Less people getting paid in nonprofits along the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And that's good.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Get on that charitable donations, get on that charity, whatever it is, whatever you believe in, whether that's, God or any higher power, or just being a good person overall. That's, to each their own, but it's good to give.
Yeah.
Give back.
It's good to give without expectation.
Yeah.
There's much more joy in that, much healthier.
That's good.
Yeah. Beyond that, I mean, you can help those around you. When you have wealth, you can help your family to progress and grow, and help with children or grandchildren's education or great-grandchildren's education. You have the opportunity to set up beneficial trusts and so forth that can benefit your posterity for ages.
Mm.
Okay. Life insurance is great for setting that up too. I mean, it's an unselfish act to provide that for yet unborn posterity,
Yeah.
to create wealth for them and help them to have better lives than what you may have experienced, or at least have the opportunity for that.
Opportunities that you never could because of financial situations. Yeah.
Education is super important these days. And unfortunately, where you go to school, what degrees you have, a big impact. You want to help them develop talents that are useful and can bring happiness to them.
Yeah, that's good. Any other thoughts on financial plans? Maybe something that's overlooked that people need to take a look at?
Let's talk about, for the grandkids and the kids. So interestingly enough, I've seen really wealthy people who over-enable their children. The children then struggle.
Yeah.
They're not developing. I've seen the same problems with ultra wealthy as folks that are totally poor.
I 100% agree, and I have friends that are right there, and it's tough to even see that, and they can't see past. I mean, the kids have everything, but they have nothing.
They have no challenge in life, and they're not developing. They're not becoming the human beings that they can become.
Yeah.
And so as human beings, we need challenge. We need
struggle.
So I don't know how to. I mean, that's a big, hard problem that we're not able to fix today.
No, but that's something to really think about with your whole financial plan. Is what do you want your legacy to be?
Yeah.
What is my legacy?
Those are issues that, and it doesn't mean that you should, ignore it. Okay. Some people say, when I die, that's their problem. I'm not going to worry about it.
You can influence, though.
You can have a good influence. You can choose to have good influence or have no influence. And then, you run the risk of enabling some folks. Other folks will take advantage of it and do great with it.
Yeah.
Depends on the person, right? But people need struggle, real struggle. And without that, they can't develop.
Yeah, put some hair on your chest.
For the boys.
Cool. Get you guys that's good. Grow a bit. That's good.
Yeah. But, I mean, and of course, I made that joke about for the boys, but, women and men both have great opportunities these days.
Truly.
And women are really taking off, accomplishing great things.
Man, they're incredible. Yeah.
And so it's so wonderful to see their accomplishments and how they can, do great things in their lives. Not to diminish in any way fatherhood or motherhood, which are key parts of our lives.
Yeah, I agree. That's awesome. So, man, that's a great wisdom right here, good planning steps, from the top to the bottom. I can't think of anything else.
Okay, that's a wrap.
Thanks again for being with us today. That was an incredible episode. Financial planning, some steps and some overlooked ideas. Very, very good information and wisdom in there. Some good little nuggets. So if you have any questions or if you need any help with a financial plan or any of the services or ideas that we talked about, if you have any questions, go ahead and hit us up in the link below and in the description. All of our information is in there. And if you need help with legacy planning, investments, insurance, feel free to reach out. And we will see you on the next episode. Thanks.
Thanks.